I spent $2,000 on a YouTube course and it actually made me worse at making videos, but I don't regret buying it, and here's why. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Joe. I am a video editor and a aspiring content creator slash content strategist, if I can say the word. Content strategist helping online fitness coaches with obviously their editing, but also more moving into helping with the overall kind of process of creating videos so that they can make content. Doesn't need to always go viral, but does help them land more clients. Now, how did this happen? So this year, as many of you probably would have experienced, you probably know that you need to be making YouTube videos. This was the year that I finally sort of took action with that. I said, right, one video a week on YouTube without fail, one long form video, not including YouTube Shorts. And I stuck to it pretty religiously. You know, there wasn't a single week that I missed. There were some weeks I even managed to upload twice, which is absolutely fantastic. And although none of my videos, you know, kind of got groundbreaking views, I was getting a lot better. I was getting a lot better at the scripting process, the filming, all of this kind of setup you see, the actually researching titles, thumbnails, the whole thing that goes into YouTube, and the only things you can kind of appreciate once you start making YouTube videos. And it was going really well. So because of that, I purchased a course from a popular creator called Ed Lawrence on obviously to improve making better videos, right? And if this is a video where, you know, I'm not going to come on here and absolutely start slagging off the course and saying it's a scam and you shouldn't buy it and all this kind of stuff. So if that's the kind of video you're expecting, I'm sorry to disappoint, it's probably not the video for you, but it did definitely make me worse at actually showing up and making videos. And I take a lot of that upon myself, but I feel like it's something that I speak to a lot of my clients about, and I wanted to share with you guys today. So as I mentioned at the start of the year, I set out to record one video a week, and some weeks even managing two. But there came a point where around, I think it was around June time, June 2026, where I thought, okay, to take my content to the next level, I need to invest in my education. I need to invest in actually my knowledge, because prior to that, I think my most viewed video was around 800 views. And although I'm very much aware that views isn't everything, and you know, even with my short form content, I've been posting on there for about 3 years and never really grown a massive following, but luckily been able to build a pretty successful business off the back of that. I wanted to, you know, learn more about the YouTube game, because I did, although it's definitely a lot harder than what people make it look out to be, I definitely really enjoyed the process of making videos. So I was like, right, okay, I'm going to invest in this course from Ed. As I said, I think it was just under $2,000. I think it might be around, yeah, 1,800, but then there's like a monthly fee to use like the AI tools and all that good stuff that comes with it. So yeah, I invested. But what has happened since I've purchased that course, I think I've probably made 1 or 2 YouTube videos in that time, when I should have made around 7 or 8. And I think the reason that this happens to so many of us is because we buy the course or buy the camera or buy the whatever the thing is that you think is going to help you actually create more or show up more often, but actually it ends up doing the opposite. Because what happens is, as soon as I purchased that course, I of course naturally binged a lot of the videos, and I think I'm about like 60% of the way through of it at the time recording this. But what that then meant was, because I was learning so much about YouTube on a deeper level, I was then procrastinating, and I was then overthinking my videos to the point where I didn't want to make anything, because you know, it wasn't quite achieving what I know I need to do, because I'm not there yet. There's a massive gap, right? If this is where I'm starting, and bearing in mind when I bought this course, I think I made about 20 long form YouTube videos. So in the grand scheme of things, you know, everyone talks about getting to your first 100 videos as fast as possible, and I think that's a really good kind of benchmark to develop. I was still a baby in the game, you know. I was 20 videos in, and I'm then trying to create videos in a way that I'm optimizing the title, I'm optimizing the thumbnail absolutely perfect, where, you know, I haven't even earned the right to kind of work smart, if you will. You know, I need to almost get to those 100 videos, look back and analyze, and then I'll actually learn a lot more through that process rather than watching more videos. But that was the problem. You know, I would sit there and I'd watch another video and I'd watch another video, and all it would do is kind of highlight to me all of the things I'm not doing, so therefore I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't put it into practice because I felt so far away from that goal, that end goal of where I want to get to, and obviously that's always going to move forwards. But I felt so far away from that then if I did have an idea for a video, I wouldn't create it because I was like, okay, well, I didn't implement this from the course, or I haven't even thought about that process that he mentions is absolutely crucial. So I didn't make the video, and that naturally just spiraled that negative momentum. I speak about momentum a lot with my guys in the academy, and that momentum can go either way. When you're creating content, it's a lot easier to come up with ideas. It's a lot easier to think of new things to create and come up with cool concepts. But that negative momentum can shift and swing the other way really well, where you might tell yourself that you need a week off content, 2 weeks off content to sort of refresh and reopen your mind. But it does the complete opposite. It then makes coming back to creating content 10 times harder. So that is kind of where I've fallen. And I was recently watching a YouTuber called Alexander the Crate, I believe is his channel name. I think the guy's name is Thomas. And his videos are always popping up, and I always kind of, click onto them. Most times if I see them come up on my, I don't know what you call it, homepage, discovery feed kind of thing. And when I recently saw he was doing like a 30-day sort of speaking to YouTube challenge where you record 30 videos in 30 days, probably minimal editing, which again is a massive shift for me. All of my videos prior to this have been a completely scripted out video. They've been, edited pretty nicely with all different graphics and stuff going on. This is quite new for me as well. And I saw the benefits that had not only on his channel, obviously growing and all that good stuff, but it kind of reminded me of at the start of the year of my Instagram content where, and I'm going to make a future video on this around sort of ignorance maxing, where we have so much access to information these days, and I feel like more often than not, we know the actual action we need to take when it comes to creating videos, or yeah, I'm going to stick with creating videos, I'm going to stay in my lane, but we know the action that we need to do, but the problem is we just don't do it, and we seek out more information in the hopes of just hearing one little thing that's going to spark, or there's going to be one podcast clip that we listen to and that's going to change everything. And the reality is it's not. And I saw through this YouTuber, I'll call him Thomas, I saw that he was able to kind of get out of his own way and just consistently create. He spoke about it would take him maybe 2 weeks to upload a YouTube video because there'll be obviously the planning, the research and the filming and the editing and all that good stuff. But then I saw him go from that to posting a video every single day for 30 days. And I think he's just finished the challenge or maybe coming up to the end of it now as I record this video. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try and record 30 YouTube videos in 30 days. This could go well, it could go terribly, but I mean, judging from when I'm recording this video, my last video that I posted on the channel was a 10 out of 10 performing anyway. So I thought, you know what, it's only going to benefit me in terms of obviously recording some videos unscripted is definitely something that I want to get to. I do quite enjoy the scripting process, and I'm not kind of, on either side of whether your video should be scripted or unscripted. I'm very much in the middle, but I've really enjoyed scripting out my videos because I feel like it kind of gets me prepared and I get to say exactly what I want, especially when you're making educational content. You don't want to kind of waste people's time and all that good stuff. So it's going to definitely help me with recording videos that are unscripted like this one here. It's going to kind of break that imperfect action where, again, a lot of these videos probably won't perform well, and maybe I won't have time to do fancy edits and add in the effects that maybe I usually would, or even with the thumbnail, I'm not going to have loads of time because I'm going to be, probably recording each one, a video every single day. I'm going to need to edit it in the same day. I'm going to need to do the thumbnail in the same day. So it's going to kind of add constraints, and I think those constraints are actually going to allow me to show up a lot more consistently with the YouTube channel. So that is the idea. So the date, I'm just looking off to the side here because I've got my laptop, is the 2nd of August, and I'm going to be posting every single day on this YouTube channel with different kind of educational stuff around, mainly for online coaches around content creation, but also some sort of personal anecdotes as well that I think is linked in. So yeah, that is the goal over the next 30 days. As I said, hopefully it will help me to kind of break that imperfect action and maybe by you watching along, you can do the same with your own content as well. So I'm going to wrap it up there. If you do want to see how I get on, and obviously make sure that I actually do complete the 30 days, then make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one.